Hey, happy Friday night. We welcome you to RC Audio Sports video cast. We're going to fill in our 12-5A district bye game with a catch up here. Coach Robert Villafranca, Haley Wilson. We're here. We're going to go ahead and break down this district, as well as, of course, talk about Harlandale and talk about McCollum, get our opinions, see what's coming up for RC Audio Sports, what events we have, and also what's down the line for the Harlandale Indians as far as coverage for volleyball and any events that are coming up. So Coach Robert Villafranca and Haley Wilson, welcome.
Thank you. Excited to be here and kind of recap the last couple of weeks of excitement in the district.
We're 5 weeks into covering 12-5A football and all the home games, of course, from Memorial Stadium. We are video streaming on RC Audio Sports, our YouTube channel. So 5 weeks in, we're about halfway there. Let's take some inventory. Let's look back a little bit, look forward. Great idea, Bobby.
Yeah, so this is something new, right? First, this podcast or video cast is new for us as well. So last year we did provide some streaming, but this year we're providing streaming pretty much on our own, all on our own. Coach Robert Villafranca has taken a big leap and a big step and done a lot of research, and we're grateful, Coach, that you have that tech savviness and you were able to get us some video streaming on, and we were able to bring that. We've had little bumps along the way, but I mean, for the most part, the most important thing is we've been able to bring the games video streamed.
Google is my friend.
My favorite thing is walking into the press box and seeing what new equipment Coach has bought for the game that week. Every week, every Friday night, I'm looking forward to every Coach buy that's new that's going to be in the press box today. So
last week was a feature for the wireless camera. That was very cool. We were able to get some really good footage of that from the sideline. So that was cool as well. Well, let's hit this ground running. Let's talk about Harlandale and where they're at right now. They're 4-1 overall, 1-1 in district. Tough loss last week against the Veterans Memorial Patriots. They had a really slow start, but on the positive note, they had a strong finish.
Yes, indeed, Bob. 4-1 is the Harlandale Indians' as a record right now of 4-0 before dropping this one to the Patriots. And like you said, the game was still up for grabs to the final tick as Joseph Rodriguez extended the play and got the ball downfield, but just wasn't able to connect and tie and maybe push this into overtime. But it's been a very competitive year for the Indians as well as the Cowboys, and we'll get to them in just a minute. But the Indians 1-1 in district, a win against Kyle Lehman to open up district play, and then a loss to Vets Memorial Patriots. I think Haley, you and Bobby did a great job of bringing the game to our viewers.
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, it's been a pretty big year so far for Joseph Rodriguez. He's doing a lot in the air, but he's also doing a lot on the ground. He has 66 carries on the year, averaging about 5 yards a carry. So it's almost like he's grouped in with those rushers on the team. So it's been interesting to watch him, continue to grow over the last couple of years, like we've spoken about. And he did a really good job running the ball a ton in that game specifically that we covered last week.
Yeah, he did. And you mentioned a good point, Haley, that Joseph Rodriguez, he's well over 50% of the offense for the Indians. He's got a lot on his shoulders, but he's a senior, and Coach Torres really relies on him to know that he's prepared each week for each opponent. Next week, the Indians will get the Seguin Matadors in Seguin, so they are going to have an opportunity there. I believe Seguin is winless in district right now. No, they're 2-0. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another tough matchup for the Indians.
The Matadors are 2-0 in district. Played Vets Memorial. I believe the score there was 22-20. A very close game that the Matadors played against Vets Memorial, and the transitive property of sports would tell you that they were close. Arundel was close to Vets, so this has every indication that this could be a very close game as well. The Indians traveling to Seguin for this game, so we won't cover it on RC Audio Sports, but we'll keep you up. We'll keep you up to date with the scores as we get them in.
And that seems to be the case with this district. I know you guys have been around it a lot longer than I have, but all of the teams seem to be, neck and neck for the most part. All the games most of the games that we do are pretty close, pretty competitive games. And when looking at the scores across the district, it almost seems like anyone could beat anyone on any given night.
It really does appear that way, Haley, and I'd say that you've got a couple of teams that might be, heavy favorites to get into those top four. Dripping Springs and Buda Johnson have shown to be very, very tough draws. But besides those two, I think that it can be very, very close the rest of the way. And I'd have a hard time seeing the final four. The final top four positions, not including Buda, Johnson, and Dripping Springs, but the other two positions, I think they're in play for everybody else.
Yeah, and I completely agree, because you look at the district itself, including Buda Johnson, Dripping Springs, Seguin, of course, Harlandale, Vets Memorial, McCollum, Lehman, and New Braunfels Canyon. So you look at that list right there, and you got it right. The last two spots could be claimed by any one of those. We're still early on in the district, where any of these teams can go either way. So unless there's anything else on Harlandale, I'd like to kind of transition, because we were leading up to McCollum's talking about other schools in this district. But unless there's anything else that you guys have for Harlandale, we can get into McCollum and talk about their transition.
We've had a couple of games on Friday nights there at Memorial Stadium that we've covered for McCollum this year, and we can say without a doubt that the 2021 version of the McCollum Cowboys is much improved, and 2 wins under their belt already. It's been a while since they got 2 wins in a season. They're halfway through and have reached that threshold. This is a team to contend with, and the game that we covered in the first in the district opener against Buda Johnson, again, the score would indicate that it was a little bit one-sided, but if you were there watching with us, it was a very close game, and the Cowboys really fought along throughout those 48 minutes. Yeah,
and you talk about the way they've hung in there. I like to recognize, Shanta Hella. He's been a big factor in this McCollum Cowboy football team for quite some time. He shared reps in years past with the recent graduate Ramirez, who was a quarterback there, but he did get hurt, and Shanta had plenty of experience. I know they would go back and forth, but I think Shanta had coming into this season, he's been very well prepared. He's got a cannon. Yeah, I just really like the way Shanta Hella plays football.
Yeah, he's statistically also doing a great job and killing it this season. He's already thrown for 874 yards, and we're just a handful of games into district play. 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. So kind of similar to Rodriguez. He's also getting it done on the ground. He's averaging also a little over 5 yards a carry, and so I think what you said, Bobby, he's really stepping it up and leading the team, whether or not, the record always shows that at the end of the day. We've seen it in all the games that we've covered for McCollum.
Great numbers for Shanta Heda, and one of the similarities that the McCollum and Harlandale offenses have is that both offenses put a lot of responsibility on the quarterback's shoulder to read the play, to read the defenses before the snap, to read the play after the snap, and Shanta Heda has really shown himself to be quite adept at that. As you said, Bobby, he's started games as a sophomore, sharing snaps with the starting quarterback back then. I do remember one thing as a very young quarterback that stood out to me is that he is an excellent play action pass quarterback. He's got a lot of patience and a lot of poise, and he can really ride that fake out, put the ball in the running back's belly, and make the defense bite. And then he comes back and he's got a quick release, and he makes it very dangerous. Dual threat, as you said, you have to be a dual threat in the Harlandale offense, in any read offense, in the Harlandale or the McCollum offense. And Shante Heda can certainly run the ball when he needs to, but a nice quick release and really great mechanics in that play action.
And how about his options, Coach? When he gets back there to throw the football, you've got Ruben Pacheco, Gavin Hawley, Gary Escobar. Those guys have done a pretty good job of catching football.
Well, Gavin Hawley was one of our players of the game, and he's a big target. Looks like a tight end there, but they will split him out. He'll set up in a slot position as a wide out, and he certainly presents himself as a very big target. One thing that I always look for in a receiver is how often do they make first touch catches. That is, I mean, it's not a touch and a bounce and a bobble and then get control, but I mean, that ball comes and it sticks to their hands. And Gavin Hawley has certainly that trait about him. Really, he's got soft hands, presents a big target, and Sean Tejeda is able to get him the ball. He's caught quite a few. Player of the game one week.
Yeah, and Haley, Isaiah Leffler, we talk about him on the ground.
Isaiah.
He's done a fantastic job of, he runs like a big guy.
Yeah, I think one of the games that we had done, we were complimenting kind of how many yards he had after the initial handoff, after the initial play. He carried on a ton of yards after a couple of plays. I remember he had 2 or 3 dudes hanging off of him as he was going into the end zone, but he's done a really good job this season. Along with Tejeda is leading the team in rushing yards, per attempt, and has a couple of touchdowns on the season as well. And so with that combination of Tejeda, Leffler, Pacheco, Howley, kind of like we already said, you're encouraged about the rest of the season for the Cowboys. They're definitely not going to lay down. They're definitely not going to die.
Isaiah Leffler, the thing that I like about him, Haley, is that he's one of those running backs that seems to get better as the game progresses. And what's happening there, I think, is it's a testament to his strength and conditioning that in the fourth quarter he still has a lot of fuel left in his tank. Mm-hmm. And of course, a defensive lineman is making a play every snap. A running back doesn't get the ball every snap. And a little, to a running back's advantage, he's likely to have a little more fuel in his tank. But again, it's very evident that Isaiah spent the offseason really getting himself in shape and getting himself stronger because he's had some very good third and fourth quarters.
Yeah, overall, the McCollum Cowboys certainly have started off impressively. Faced off with 2 of the top teams in the district, so they're 0-2 right now, but they're going to have an opportunity again next week. And this New Braunfels Canyon team is 0-2, so we're going to have a matchup of 2 teams that are 0-2 in district. So that's going to be important there. And both these 2 teams, do not want to continue to be in the losing column.
Well, Buda Johnson and Dripping Springs, getting back to them being the strength of the district. I mean, they're the gauntlet, and McCollum has made it through that part of the gauntlet. And although they're 0-2, yeah, I think the games are a lot points to the games being a lot more competitive. And this is where they can start making their strides and working their way back into the playoff conversation. And they're Buda Johnson and Dripping Springs is in McCollum's rearview mirror, and now they can really put their foot to the pedal and get going.
Yeah, should be a good rest of the season for the McCollum Cowboys. That is, of course, until they clash and collide on the final game of the year, which we all know what game that is, on a Saturday, the Frontier Bowl. So that's going to be exciting too. Exciting that both these teams are athletic, very competitive. Even when McCollum had some down years, some of those Frontier Bowls were pretty competitive, but this one actually is going to look a little closer than maybe some of the ones.
Timeout. It's week 5. Frontier Bowl's a long ways away. Let's stay on topic here.
Well, all right, let's stay on topic, but it's always in your mind.
Yeah.
Frontier Bowl is always on your mind.
Okay.
So, but that's it for Harlandale. That's it for McCullum. Coach, as far as us, RC Audio Sports, we have some news as far as more coverage other than just football.
Other than football, Haley, well, the three of us are going to be at Harlandale High School this Tuesday to cover the Harlandale and McCullum volleyball games. McCullum has an opportunity this evening. They will be facing Southwest, and this will be the last game of the first half of the volleyball season. So McCullum wins tonight. They'll finish perfect in the first half, 7-0. Harlandale has one loss, so they're still within arm's reach. They're playing Southwest Legacy. So regardless of the outcomes tonight, that game next Tuesday is going to have a huge bearing on the district championship and seeding as they move on to playoffs. And that being said, we're not 5 weeks away from Harlandale McCullum on the volleyball court. We're only a few days from that. And we're going to bring you that on RC Audio Sports, and really looking forward to covering that game. Haley will bring us color, and Bobby's going to move into the production seat for that game. So I'm really looking forward to. I hope that everyone can join us for that.
Yeah, it should be really fun. Excited for you, Haley, to be able to call some volleyball.
Yeah, it's all my closest friends play college volleyball still, and so I've actually been going to I watch all the games, but I've been going to the games and actually doing just color like in the stands to prep for this one. So I'm excited about it.
Coach, anything else just in the overall HISD calendar that you want to go over?
Hi, Indian family. I'm Mariah Lopez. I'm a senior, and I would like to encourage you to register for our 5K Frontier Run. We will be there performing and cheering you on. Once an Indian, always an Indian. Indian pride!
And that was Mariah Lopez of the Golden Dancers, inviting everyone to come out to the October 16th Frontier Run, 5K run that is open to the public. It will benefit the Harlandale senior class of 22, this year's senior class. And it's a first ever. I hope that it's something, I'm really excited about it. I hope that it's something that really, I hope it's something that gets added to the annual Harlandale calendar. I think it has the potential to be a really good community event. First one ever is October 16th. Mariah Lopez, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be there, Mariah. And I hope that Bobby says, and Haley, what do you do on October 16th, Haley?
What am I doing October 16th? Let me check my calendar.
Right.
I don't know if I'll,
Putting Haley on the spot right away.
I don't know if I have any excuses to not go.
All right. Well, circle the date, and would love to see you out there. But that is what's coming up on the calendar, Bobby.
Well, all right. That's little stuff to catch you up on after 5 weeks of football here for HISD. We're happy that we're able to bring you the game of the week. We are covering, if you haven't noticed, we are covering all the home games for Harlandale ISD. This was a different year for us. We decided that as far as bringing the games to you, we were going to do video, and the safest thing for us at this moment was to do the games all at Harlandale ISD. All Harlandale ISD games at Memorial Stadium, but I think we're good to go. So we might be able to take the show on the road next time. So right now our commitment is to do all those games, but we appreciate you week in and week out joining us. And I know we all enjoy doing it. Haley, Coach Villafranca, if you guys got anything else.
No, Bobby, I think that's it for this Friday night. We do have an off Friday, but we'll all be watching a high school game somewhere. It's everybody in 12-5A has a bye week, so it's an off week for 12-5A. It gives us an opportunity to catch our breath, visit with you guys, and also prepare for that big game on Tuesday. We hope that everybody will join us either at Harlandale High School. There's nothing like being there, but if you're out in New York, or if you're out of Chicago, like some of our fans that tune in on Friday night and you can't make it to the gym, we hope that you're tuning in to the RC Audio Sports YouTube channel.
Or New Jersey. We had one from New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah. Exactly.
All right, cool. All right, we'll see y'all. Thank you.